Hello, Crazy Vapor fans. Today we're back for Chapter 2 of the Politically Correct Bedtime Stories. Now, I have not, and I repeat, I have not read this book. So when I'm reading this, I'm seeing the words just. And I tell you what, I'm seeing the words for the first time myself. That Little Red Riding Hood, wake up call. So anyway, we are doing The Emperor's New Clothes. Far away, in a long time past, there lived a traveling tailor who found himself in an unfamiliar country. Now, tailors who move from place to place normally keep to themselves and are careful not to overstep the bounds of local decency. This tailor, though, was overly gregarious and decorum impaired, and soon he was at a local inn, abusing alcohol, invading the personal space of female employees at a bar, and telling unenlightened stories about tinkers, dung gatherers, and other tradespeople. The innkeeper complained to the police. Police, shouldn't it be law enforcement personnel? This was written in 94, so some of the terminology is a little bit different. Anyway, so the innkeeper complained to the police, who grabbed the tailor and dragged him in front of the emperor. As you might expect, a lifetime of belief in the absolute legitimacy of the monarchy and the inherent superiority of males had turned the emperor into a vain, wisdom-challenged tyrant. Let's see, 94, who was president? There's something for you kids to Google. So, the tailor noticed these traits and decided to use them to his advantage. The emperor asked, "Do you have any last requests before I banish you from my domain forever?" The tailor replied, "Only that your majesty allow me the honor of crafting a new royal wardrobe, for I have brought with me a special fabric that is so rare and fine that it can only be seen by certain people. The type of people you'd want to have in your realm." Your realm, I mean your dimension? That's the only thing this book is good for. The type of people you'd want to have in your realm. People who are politically correct, morally righteous, intellectually astute, culturally tolerant, and who don't smoke, drink, laugh at sexist jokes, watch too much television, listen to country music, or barbecue. Well, that's about 10% of the country, I think. 1% maybe? After a moment's thought, the emperor agreed to this request. He was flattered by the fascist and testosterone-heavy idea that the emperor and its inhabitants existed only to make him look good. It would be like having a trophy wife and multiplying that feeling by 100,000. Of course, no such rarefied fabric existed. Years of living outside the bounds of normal society had forced the tailor to develop his own moral code that obliged him to swindle and embarrass the emperor in the name of the independent craftspeople everywhere. So, as he diligently labored, he was able to convince the emperor that he was cutting and sewing pieces of fabric that in the strictest objective sense of reality didn't exist. When the tailor announced that he was finished, the emperor looked at his new robes in the mirror. As he stood there, naked as the day he was born, one could see how years of exploiting the peasantry had turned his body into an ugly mass of puffy white flesh. Kind of looks like me in the mirror. Be quiet. Be nice. The emperor, of course, saw this too, but pretended that he could see the beautiful, politically correct robes. To show off his new splendor, he ordered a parade to be held the next day. On the following morning, his subjects lined the streets for the big parade. Word had spread about the emperor's new clothes that only enlightened people with healthy lifestyles could see, and everyone is determined to be more right-minded than his or her neighbor. The parade began with great hoopla as the emperor marched his pale, bloated, patriarchal carcass down the street. Everyone loudly oohed and awed at his beautiful new clothes, all except one boy, who shouted, "The emperor's naked!" The parade stopped, the emperor paused, a hush fell over the crowd, until one quick-thinking peasant shouted, "No, he isn't. The emperor is merely endorsing a clothing-optional lifestyle." A cheer went up from the crowd, and the throng stripped off their clothes and danced in the sun as nature had intended. The country was clothing optional from that day forward, and the tailor, deprived of any livelihood, packed up his needle and thread and was never heard from again. As long as the women are hot, I guess. I wouldn't mind it. No. So, next time, we have the Three Little Pigs, and we shall mark the page. Now, if you just check out a book from a library, please don't bend the pages, but if you buy the book, do with it whatever you want. So, as I remember right, the Emperor's New Clothes was pretty much the same as this. He just added some extra wording to it. It wasn't as bad as the first one. At least there wasn't no budding sexuality. But everyone did get naked. So, that was my motto a long time ago. Someone told me, Lagnap. What's Lagnap? Let's all get naked and forever. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so join me again tomorrow for the Three Little Pigs. And isn't that a bonus? While you're waiting for the Three Little Pigs, if you want to look up the video Green Jelly, Three Little Pigs, The Tale of Three Little Pigs, I highly suggest that you watch that. It's a very cool video, and Green Jelly did a hilarious job. Whoever animated that video, very good. In fact, I'll look it up, and I'll put the link to the video in the description so y'all can watch it while you're waiting tomorrow for the Three Little Pigs.